We are live, ready to dive into the 2A rankings. This is the 2A rankings show for Northern Illinois Wrestling.com. Joined by Jim Mastney, Buddy Staver, and new 2A expert Mark Stewart. So, what's up, guys? How you doing tonight?
Doing well. Thanks for having us back.
Yeah, and so we'll try to maybe, try to just. I don't know how we want to go in order, but whoever starts talking, just kind of let them jump in and speak their piece, and we'll kind of get through everything as best as we can. But we got to kick it off with 106. This 2A, I've seen a few of these guys at some tournaments, but obviously this is going to be, it's just going to be a different, new group of people to look at. So what do you guys got first? I can throw out some names and kind of go from there, but if you have anything to start, let me know.
If we're going to start at 106, correct?
Yep.
I would start off at number 1, Simon Woods from Washington. You haven't seen him wrestle folk style for whatever reason, neither here nor there. But he's wrestling this year, folk styles. You've seen him do a lot of really good things on the freestyle and Greco circuit. And he's got a win over. He's got a loss to DeMarco. So Vince DeMarco should be number 1.
I think I have.
DeMarco did beat him 6-4. So I would say it's Vince DeMarco's the number 1 kid in 2A.
Yeah, he is the common number 1 seeds, number 1 rank right now. So Vince DeMarco from Grays Lake Central. Now, was he the kid that was? Let me see. He was there last year, right?
Yeah, he was a 4th place last year at 106. So he's I think the lone returning state placer at 106.
Yeah.
There's a few other requalifiers, but I think he's the lone returning state placer at 106.
Got it. Yep. So 4th place, Woods. This is Simon Woods. So this is brother Noah Woods?
Yeah, it's his older brother.
Older brother?
Yeah, I believe it's his older brother.
Interesting. So where was he last year?
I don't want to say anything. I just think Noah is actually older. Noah is a senior. I don't know why I think he's younger.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be a crazy scenario.
Yeah, but I've been Simon around for a long time. I just think he got a little bit of trouble. I don't know exactly the whole deal, but he was the entire time. He just wasn't allowed to compete. And then I was saying earlier when I was confused on something about press result. He's been wrestling year round. He's very good in freestyle and Greco. He's might have placed.
I got him at 4th at Greco last year.
Yeah.
Fargo.
Okay. Jim, how much do you consider how much do you it's very unlikely that Kirchhoff and Woods have wrestled this year so far, correct?
I don't think they would have seen each other yet, no.
And Kirchhoff is this stud freshman coming out of Montini, state champ last year.
Three-time IK state champ.
Yeah, and he beat Landon Neer, who's one of the top-ranked single A kids in the state finals last year. And, Buddy, do you know what age Woods is? Is he a freshman or sophomore?
Simon Woods is a
junior.
Woods is a junior.
Woods is a junior, okay.
Yeah, and Noah Woods his older brother's a senior.
Okay, so Woods is a junior. Kirchhoff is a freshman. What about Owen Sater?
A junior from Morris.
Okay.
He's a returning state qualifier at 106.
Just a qualifier.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's say there's a couple. Who else is a returning qualifier on this weight?
That's it.
What did Dominic Pasquale do last year? He'd be an ICC kid. This name
He-
seems.
he-
I've seen
I
was,
don't-
Dominic. I got Alex Pasquale. That dude's a
I
heavyweight.
don't have him.
Yeah, I don't have him at the state
Right.
tournament.
Yeah, he was not at the state tournament.
You don't have nothing on him, you say, Dalton?
Nothing on him at the state tournament. So
Yeah, he did not qualify for the state tournament.
okay.
I do have a Pierce Boltman returning as a sophomore from Rochester. He is a returning state qualifier at 106. He's not really highly as ranked, but are mentioned. But
Who is that?
Pierce Boltman, Rochester.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's little. I don't have anything as far as the results as far head-to-head or tournaments yet this year. How did he do last year at the state tournament?
He got beat 9-0 by Rocky, and then he won a match against Maury Brown by fall in the wrestlebacks, and then he got majored by Jacob Seavick, another freshman, majored him 13-3.
Okay.
So he went 1 and 2.
Now,
Are we right now? Our top three, are they clear right now? And DeMarco Woods and Eric. So I don't butcher his last name.
We have Vince DeMarco, Woods, and then the freshman from Montini,
Okay.
Eric Klitschop. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher that too. Yeah.
You know, I know that Ray Long was not a qualifier last year. I don't believe so. But if you look back at the 2A sectional that he of, that sectional is Vince DeMarco, Gavin Rocky, Alan Wu. That sectional took first, second, fourth. And then the St. Pat's kid, Goodwin, Daniel Goodwin, who also took fifth. So they took first, second, fourth, fifth.
That's
Yeah.
tough. No, tough
So-
section. And he's I got him down as a sixth at Fargo too in Greco.
He
So
Yeah.
So I mean, there's another kid that's he's doing the extra and plays at the big tournaments like that as well. So
I also think Jack Ragan from Dixon, if he's at 106, he's a qualifier from last year as well. Isn't that right, buddy?
yes, he is at 106. I have him down at 13 though.
Yeah, he's. I've seen him wrestle a couple
don't-
times at 13. Not
Okay.
sure.
Right.
That's why, again, that's the trouble with some of the early stuff is they're going to be bouncing around. But we can piece together a top 6 here that we think is good. First, we can go with Vince DeMarco is the early favorite.
Yep.
Mark, if you have to bounce out, I can do this. It's up to you. Okay. You let me know.
Are you with us, Mark?
I'll bounce him out or put him back in. We're good?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that.
All right.
I thought the cops came.
We have Vince DeMarco.
It's been a long time. Go ahead.
Jim, where you at on this? You're 106 guy. What happened?
I don't know. I'm a top 3 guy right
I'm
now.
going to be honest with you. For me, it's simple. It's DeMarco, Woods, Kleacheroff, Ray Long's your 4, and then I got Owen Sater at 5. And actually, there's another freshman in that I really like. I mean, you and I know you got to be careful with the freshmen people in the beginning, right? Most people don't want to rank freshmen, right? But Providence Catholic had a great group of kids coming in, and they got a really good freshman class coming in. Corcoran is tough.
Oh yeah, I remember him from
he's-
the IK.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's got an 8-7 loss to Simon Woods.
I just looking at that now. Actually, yeah, he's got some close matches with Woods.
Yeah, 13-10 overtime and 8-7. They're well coached with Donnie Reynolds over there. They have a very good they had a very good incoming freshman class coming in there. And that's not a knock on some of these guys that have been there, these sophomores and juniors, but
No,
to me,
that's a
he's number 6.
That's a solid ranking too. And honestly, like you say, some of these other guys that are juniors and sophomores, even though he is a freshman, I mean, they don't really have the credentials as far as the state tournament really either. I know it's like we kind of try to keep that as one of our top criterias as a returning state qualifier, placer, and all that. But as a freshman coming in at this weight class, that's a pretty solid bet itself. I like his like I say, them close matches. He's putting up points against the number 2 ranked kid, who is 2 years older than him. So I could see that at 6. Yeah,
I did see the I don't know how you say his name, Koenig from St. Pat's. I saw him wrestle at Rockford East tournament, and I thought he was pretty tough. So I don't know what that gets him, but I thought he was pretty physical.
No, he is. He's a tough wrestler. I mean,
but they're all
that back end could go so many different ways. You start looking 5th, 4th through 9th. I mean, how they pan out as the year goes on will determine where they end up. But right now, I just, when I look at losses, like there is good losses, right? There is really good losses. You can have really good losses. And to wrestle a Simon Woods to a 13-10 overtime match and an 8-7, that says a lot about. And for a lot of these freshmen, you saw it with Jimmy last year. As the season went on, matches stopped being close. Like once you realize you belong, those scores open. Those close losses turn to wins. So
yeah. So all right. Well, right now we got Vincent DeMarco, Simon Woods, Eric Kirchloff, Christian Cochran, Owen Sater, Ray Long.
Yep.
How's that for a top 6?
That works.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
We'll revisit that another time. So now let's jump into 113. Heavy favorite, Alan Wu. Returning. What was he?
He was a champ.
Yeah, champ, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So returning champ, obviously you give him the number 1 spot, unless there was another champ or a head-to-head. We got Edgar
Mascara.
He was second place at 113 last year.
Yeah, he lost in the finals to what's his kid from
Truth Vesey.
Truth Vesey from Rock Falls. Yeah.
Got it. And Jack Hogan is third place at 106. So a lot of the top guys are coming back in. Goodwin, 5th place, St. Pat's. And then this is where Dixon, Jack, Ragan. How do you say his name? Ragan or Reagan?
I think it's Reagan.
Got it. Those are kind of. Who's this Seebeck from Oak Forest?
Seebeck, he beat Reagan last year 1-0 first round, and then he got beat by Goodwin. He beat the kid Boltman we talked about from Rochester 13-3 in the Wrestlebacks, and then he got pinned by Pollitt, who took 6th in the what we'd call the blood round.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, off that last year matchup, I don't know. I think
you put Seebeck ahead. Yeah, you put Seebeck ahead of Reagan.
Reagan, however you say it.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, although it's a 1-0 match, I mean, who knows how that match plays out now? But at the time, he won.
Oh, win's a win.
Yeah.
We gotta stay simple. We can't say he got twisted to his back or something happened. He slipped on the mat. It doesn't count. If you lose, unfortunately, it's a loss. Yeah. So 113, we got right now filling out the list: Alan Wu, Edgar Masquero, Jack Hogan, Daniel Goodwin, Jacob Seebeck, and we're looking for a 6 to fill in. So
Where's Jack Hogan out of? How do I know that name?
Hogan?
He's
St.
from
Rita.
St. Rita.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he
And
got
then
third place
Reagan,
last year at
Seebeck.
106.
I mean, just bringing some more names into this. Like, there's another freshman for Providence in this lineup too. Like Mark was saying, another group of them young freshmen from Providence in that class as well.
What's his name?
Lucas Forsythe.
Lucas Forsythe.
You know what though, with him, like he's already, and I don't, like I said, I think a lot of these freshmen, I'm really big on this Providence Catholic group.
Mhm.
I might have a bias, just I'm a big fan of Donnie Reynolds, and I know the results he's had with kids, but like right now, he's already been beat 6-3 by Marlette from Crystal Lake Central. He's got a couple other losses, 4 other losses, but I mean, at the end of the year, who knows? But right now, I'd probably go with Reagan as that 6th spot.
From Dixon.
Yeah. Dylan
Okay.
McCrew, I mean, he's got a 5-3 loss in the finals at Antioch to Goodwin. So, I mean, him too. He's right there. I know he didn't qualify last year, but that's a good match. That's a good loss.
Okay.
Okay.
Jack Reagan is
Reagan.
Reagan.
Yep.
We're gonna find out. I think I'm friends with this guy. His dad on Facebook or something. I'm gonna ask him.
It's Reagan. And Dixon is the birthplace of Ronald Reagan.
I was
but
gonna say,
Ronald-
is it Ronald Reagan from Dixon?
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
doesn't spell it Ragan. He spells it Reagn.
We're not debating the spelling. We're debating the pronunciation.
How does it do that? Why? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I'm about to.
Don't lose it, Mark. You're good. We got it. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's stick with that. Let's Jack Reagan at 6.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
You're on.
He can't hear us though. Am I?
This is ridiculous, dude.
I'm gonna kick him out. Are
Don't
you
kick me
back?
out. Hey, I got a question. When you're using your phone on this, do you how do you keep it from people? Like, can I stay on this without people calling? And
You
driving
can
me crazy?
put do not disturb. You know.
That airplane mode. I'm not like the most technologically advanced guy out there,
it's
Dalton.
It's the half moon. So
Ooh.
you flip it up and you put the half moon on, and it's supposed to after a certain time I turn that off or I turn that on. You good?
We're no more problems, boys. I apologize.
All right.
Sorry
We're
about
busy.
that.
All right. So just to finish that off, we have Alan Wu, Edgar Masquera, Jack Hogan, Daniel Goodwin, Jacob Seebeck, and Jack Reagan. And we got a couple more that we could potentially get to a top 10, but right now we're going to stick with 6. I think that's the best thing for our start of our rankings. Going into 120. Okay. Now, I don't know if there's anybody else that's, Noah Woods is the clear favorite, correct?
I don't know that
Gavin Rocky, Mark. Who is that? I hear the name a lot.
Gavin Rocky from Wakanda. He's a 2-time medalist. He has taken some losses. He did just beat Gavin Hanrahan, who took 3rd last year at 120. I will say this though, not to make excuses. Gavin Hanrahan should not. He's injured right now. Why? I'm not sure why he chose to wrestle. This is not a knock on anybody, but it was his choice. He really wanted to wrestle, and they wrestle under the lights there. So I'm not going to hold that loss against him. But it is a quality win. But Gavin Rocky's got 4 losses on the year. Olson from Crystal Lake South, Marquez from Warren. I don't know who the Chidez kid is. And he's a fall to Anderson. And I don't know if he has wrestled up at 26 as well a bunch. But he's a very tough kid. He's always seemed to show up at the state tournament, He's always shown up. He is tough. But the other one is Mike Melizio, because the Montini Catholic kids, he's a third place last year at 13. He's got Corey Clark in his corner. And I think when I look at that weight, I think it's between Woods and Melizio. The kid is tough.
Okay.
Mhm.
Melizio.
No, Woods has a defense, though. If you've watched the kid wrestle, I mean, he is as hard as there is to score on.
Well, Melizio got third in the state last year.
At 13. And Woods was at 120 last year. He's back at 120 as well. So,
Well, who do you give the nod to? We talked about this a little bit last year or last one. It's like, do you take the higher placer or do you take the person who's returning to the same weight? Just on paper.
We went with the higher play. Well, champ automatically got it regardless of weight.
Yeah, champ takes the criteria, but then I would say the returning weight guy kind of gets a little bit of a nod there as far as maybe how the criteria is. And again, we haven't really seen any head-to-heads as far as either, have we? And what about Aiden Larson as far as sliding in here? He's got
no.
No.
He already got Cannon Judicki beat him 6-4 already this year.
Right. I'm not for the top seed. I'm just saying as coming in here as a name to say. I'm saying Woods is probably the number one favorite here, right?
I think he's a favorite. But he just lost. He wrestled up against Rochelle and he lost to Xavier Villalobos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a bad loss. Xavier's pretty good, but Xavier just got. I mean, yeah. How do you evaluate that? That's a tough one.
Well, Xavier's at 132, is he not?
He dropped down to 126.
He's dropped 26.
Yeah, that was at 20. That was at 26. So.
Yeah, it was at 26. So Noah Woods wrestled up, I'm assuming, and lost. So,
but then I look at when I'm always like a big fan of kids that have good losses, right? Like you bumping up and taking out and going up, challenging yourself against a 2-time state medalist.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see the match, so I don't know. But to me, it would seem like a weird kind of match. Villalobos very defensive, Woods very defensive. I don't know what happened. So I don't really like to use a loss. Hey, you went up and wrestled a kid but just came down to 26 after wrestling 32, and I don't hold that loss against that kid.
Oh, absolutely not. I agree with you there, Mark, for sure.
But Mike Melizio, I'll say this, he's a sophomore, right? So he took third in the state at a pretty tough loaded weight class, 106 last year. I get it. It's usually a freshman. It's a heavy freshman weight class in this day and age, but the kid's talented. So I don't know how you guys want to do that. That's why this is Dalton Bullard's thing, man. And Dalton Bullard gets to be the guy who says 1 and 2 on that one.
Yeah, well, this is a team show, but I guess I was just more thinking about how do you decide who earned the higher credential, a third place in the state or a fifth place. Obviously, coming at the same weight class can be beneficial, but it also kind of, I'm asking questions. Why, where's the growth? Why isn't there a growth spurt? So on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, we could give Noah Woods the nod as a senior because Melizio is not a senior, correct?
No, he's a sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yep. Yeah, so he's a younger guy. So we can stay with Noah Woods and Melizio as 1 and 2. Let's look at who did you say Aiden Larson had losses to?
Well, I'm actually scrolling down through here now, and Melizio got third at 113, and then Larson took 6th at 113 last year. So he kind of drops down a little bit, and then John Sheehy from Niles Notre Dame, he took 4th at 132 last year.
Or 113.
4th. I'm sorry, 113. Yeah. So I mean, he's
but you got to look. And when you look at it, Cannon Judicki didn't place, right? He's a non-placer last year. He already beat Aiden Larson this year.
Cannon?
6'4". Yep. And he's an Izzy-style kid. Wrestles at IC for Danny Alcacer. That kid he's battling. So, and it's not a knock on the Yorkville Christian guys. I love Travis Martinez over at Yorkville Christian, and I love his son.
Mm-hmm.
But Cannon Judicki,
so he's got the win.
He's got a win already this year over Aiden Larson. I don't know.
Okay.
Over the Yorkville Christian kid. 20's a mess. 20 might be the biggest mess in 2A if you know 2A well. You can just keep scrolling and you're gonna find like, okay, Hunter Lenz had a pretty injury prone that year last year. He still took 5th in the state. Gavin Rocky took 2nd at 106 2 years in a row. He's a 2-time finalist. I know he's got 4 losses on the year already. And then, I look at a kid like Jake Lewitsky, who is a 2-time state qualifier who didn't place last year. I know that kid, he looks good right now. I've seen him wrestle multiple times. He wrestles every day. He works out every day. So it's a mess. And so if we're just going to use credentials, that's fine. I don't know. This weight will shape out different. It's going to be wide. It's going to be a wild one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, so Gavin Rocky got 2nd in the state. Has he lost to any of these guys thus far?
It looks like he got pinned by the kid from Morris. Yeah, he got pinned by the kid from Morris, Brandon Anderson, who did not qualify for. Yep.
Where did that happen?
I don't know, but I can go through results on Illinois Man.
He took 5th at Barrington, maybe the Barrington tournament, maybe. Or I don't know if anybody else was
okay.
at Barrington.
So you're so Gavin Rocky is not sliding in the 4 spot. He's got a loss to a couple guys, right?
Yep.
And so it's going to be John Sheehy, Hunter Lenz, Aiden Larson. You think those are going to finish out the top 6?
For now.
Yeah. We got.
I don't think you have options. You got to give respect to the prior results that some of these kids have.
Yeah. So Gavin Rocky lost to Brandon Anderson. What's Brandon Anderson? Does he have any wins over these?
Um,
We'll have to look at that.
I just got him. I just got the win over Rockies. All I see on here. He wasn't at the Barrington tournament. No. Okay.
All right. Cool. Well, let's keep it there, and we'll let the people reach out if we missed a matchup. That's a good thing about this. That as we talk about some of these things and put them out, people have reached out and helped us. Make some corrections. I think that's helpful. So, all right, we'll stick with that. Noah Woods, Michael Malizio, Cannon Judicki. How do you say that last one?
Judicki.
John Sheehy, Hunter Lenz, Aiden Larson. Top 6. All right, moving on. 126. Jim, you all right over there?
Yeah, I swallowed 2.
That's never good. Especially when you have a pre-pouch, like you just eat that thing.
Yeah,
he swallowed one last night when we were sitting there right before he's like, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I just swallowed my chew." How do you swallow these? I don't know.
Yeah, I got 2 in. I don't know.
I had 3. Now I have 2.
Yeah. You guys have problems.
Ever since April of 1990.
Yeah. All right, so jumping in, let's get into 126, and again,
Jeremy Huff.
Jeremy Huff, huh?
Jeremy Huff.
He was a returning state qualifier, but I don't think he placed. Did he? No, he did place.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Huff wrestled like 38 last year because of the Montini lineup. He got in where he could, and he'll be wrestling a more natural weight class this year.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, who do you got? Jeremy Huff?
Yep.
But what about Josh Vasquez? How's he? They're teammates.
Yeah, because I got Vasquez as 26 right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Huff this year on 12-4. He wrestled 26, 12-6, 7.
I think.
But where's he going to go? Is he going to go 20? Is this somebody who we're going to have to revisit with 120?
If he goes 20, he's number 1 at 20. But I don't think Huff. I think 26 is probably as low as Jeremy can go. Jeremy's a muscled up little guy.
Yeah. I'll say this. I do have a little insight on this situation. I can't really say too much right now.
We like
Josh
insight.
Vasquez. I know, but I would be letting a cat out of the bag. I do not believe people want out the bag yet, because it's just an idea that maybe he's going on at a certain school. But listen, Josh Vasquez right now is a 126 pounder. As far as I know, has Huff made 26? Absolutely. I mean, I could see Josh Vasquez going 132. I don't know that he will, but Josh Vasquez, and I think there's some. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to figure it out that there may be some bad blood, some of the old Izzy style guys. And I'm just speculating. Don't put words in my mouth, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Vasquez possibly go 32.
I got you.
And try and go after Devin Casey. I know they used to be really close friends, but and I like both kids.
Well, regardless, I think I mean, if you're Josh Vasquez and you are looking to go up a weight class and take on somebody like Devin Casey, like, good for you. I mean, that's a challenging way to do it. I brought it up before, but my senior year, I dropped weight to go wrestle Brandon Preeson. Didn't work out, but I did it. So whatever he does, good for him. So
Right now, though, I would say Josh Vasquez is at 126.
Okay, so you think we should default with Vasquez at 26? Okay.
So then you're bumping Huff to 32 for now, Mark, or 20?
32.
I don't see 20. Okay.
Yeah. That boy's too muscular. I mean, I've seen him try to make 26. It's rough.
Yeah, it'd be rough going from a 38 down to a 20. I know he's bumped up to a 38 for the lineup, but that's a hell.
He's one of the smallest 138 pounders in IHSA history last year, and he's still a dog, though. We like Jeremy Huff.
All right. Well, we got Tommy Banas. Banas?
Tommy Banas.
Banas. Yep. He was 6th place last year at 126. He's back again.
Villarobos was a 5th at 126 last year.
Yep. And again, like I said, he just has a win over the number 1 ranked at 120. So Villalobos has got to be in the mix here somewhere.
I talked to Coach Baker too from Rochelle when we dueled him, and he said that Villarobos he's putting in the work this year. He's really putting in the work and looking really good. And I know them two have been wrestling a lot in the room, and he's pretty confident in them this year. So
got it.
You can't forget about Gavin Hanrahan. I know he's hurt right now, and he's tried wrestling with a broken thumb twice. Well, he broke it wrestling Ryan Hansen. And then he tried to wrestle on 1 day of practice about 3 weeks after he did it. Not a wise idea. So he'll sit it out the rest of it and get it ready. But he was 3rd at 120 last year.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
He's tough kid out of Antioch.
Now, what about Max Cumby? Where was he at last year?
He was in 3A last year. He was at what was he?
Joliet Catholic.
Really?
Cumby was? No, that's not Max Cumby. No. You're thinking that's Ryan's son was at Joliet Catholic. Right, Coach Cumby's son was the Cumby you saw at Joliet Catholic last year.
Okay. I don't know that name.
Oh, you know what though? Hold on, Jim. Jim, you are right.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got it. 113. Took 5th place.
Yeah, you are right, Jim. I stand corrected.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm a JCA fan, so I know.
I love JCA too. I love Ryan Cumby.
Look at Jim stepping up, huh? With the knowledge, dropping it on Mark's tour.
Right there.
All right, well,
Max Cumby's at IC. Okay.
Yeah, so this is what I got right now. You tell me if you guys liked it or not. I got Josh Vasquez at 1. We got Gavin Hannaran at 2. Xavier Villalobos at 3. Tommy Banas at 4, Max Cumby at 5. Any more returning state medalists in this?
Harrison Dia.
Harrison Dia. What did he do?
He took 5th at 106 last. In 23 he did. He didn't do I don't think he placed last year.
He didn't.
Didn't even qualify last year.
What happened there then? we got Cohen too. I mean, no, he didn't place last year.
He didn't place.
Claypool, he didn't place.
Mikey Meady from Prairie.
Oh,
Ridge.
yes, Mikey Mead from at 126 from Prairie Ridge. He is massive. He looked awesome this weekend at Richmond Burton, coming down to 26. That is a big, athletic 26-pounder.
Yeah, Mike Mead's good. He's good kid. Been good forever. I watched him. So Dalton, you posted it. I actually watched him and Villalobos wrestle.
Okay, yeah. He is good.
Yeah.
He's tough. Oh yeah, I completely forgot.
Buddy just blew us up with the knowledge there. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't remember. But he did make 26. I did watch him. So
yeah, I do remember that kid.
He's big.
He's big. I like that kid.
This will be his fourth year at 26.
So they wrestled at 32 at Rockford East then.
Yeah, in the semis.
But Mikey Mead's going. Are you sure Mikey Mead's down at 26?
Yeah, I watched him in the finals this past weekend at Richmond Burton.
Richmond Burton.
Okay, so both of them went down.
Yep.
All right. Well, then that changes that. We got to put him above
Harrison
Villalobos.
Diaz. No, Villalobos beat him.
Villalobos won.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I take that back.
I would probably put Max Cumby higher up.
Yeah.
I'd probably have Max Cumby 3. And then what happened with Tommy Banis at Barrington? That I don't know. But he injury defaulted out after he won for day 2. I don't know.
Yeah. Saving himself. I mean, this is another thing. Maybe you guys can give me some insight right now. I was thinking about injuries and how to maybe I make a separate list, but like some of these guys that are injured, they need to be recognized as still top in the state. Now, obviously, speculating towards the state tournament is kind of silly because they're not wrestling this season. However, it's not to suggest that they're not maybe the top guy or the third best guy in the weight class. So I'd love for your thoughts on how to maybe I even just highlight that they're injured and they're out, but I think it would be silly not to include some of these injured athletes as still top ranked. I mean, they're still getting recruited. If they're a top kid, they're still getting, speculated on national events in the off season. So I figure there should be a way to still include them. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a top. I mean, we're trying to look for our top 6 right now too, though. I mean, as like wrestlers. I mean, I know you're saying like the injured list, but
we don't have really like a real IR. Like we don't know if they're out for the season, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like Jim's getting text messages from people, "Hey, this guy's out for the season," but is he really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
the one I got that was a definite was Chambliss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's out.
Yeah, like Gavin Hanrahan, he's not out for the season. I don't know that Tommy Banis is hurt. He might have. I mean, I'm not saying his weight might have been high. I don't know. It's first, that right after Thanksgiving. I don't know. Nowadays we see a lot of kids with college guys doing it. It wasn't going to be long before high school kids enter a tournament and say, "I'm only going to wrestle 2 matches and I'm going to injury default out. I'm trying to get back."
Well,
who knows?
I mean, that's been going on for years, anyways. It's not a new thing.
Yeah, but you're seeing it more prevalent, is my point. So I don't know what happened if Tommy's even hurt.
I don't have enough information. So you would still put Hannaran at 2, or do you put?
Villalobos up there? I mean, he has a win over the number 1 ranked.
I mean, I think so. I think you put Villalobos, Cumby, Hannaran, Banis, Mead.
Yeah,
I like it.
Big Jim, thoughts? You like that?
I like Bryson Tennyson too. Don't forget about Bryson. Belvedere's dropped down to 2A.
Jim, let's stick with what we got here. We got returning state medalists, Josh Vasquez at 1, Xavier Villalobos 2, Gavin Hannaran at 3, Max Cumby at 4, Tommy Banis at 5, Mikey Mead at 6.
All right. But don't ever deny the seed of Big Tone or you'll be kicked out of Peak again.
You got to be careful with that Bryson Tennyson because he got Cal Ferry over there working with him. You don't know what Bryson Tennyson we're going to get in February.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I am never surprised when somebody shows up and makes some noise at the state tournament. There's always people that do it, so I'm not suggesting that it's not happening, but Xavier Villalobos was in the Rockford East tournament and he took second place. He lost to the Crystal Lake South kid, which we're going to probably talk about in 32 because I think he's pretty tough. And
my boy right there.
Yeah, I think we got top 6 there. So if you guys,
I like the list. That's a pretty tough list.
Yeah. All right, we'll stick with that. We'll move on. 132. All right. So here we got a returning state champ, Devin Casey. What place did he take it? Did he place at Ironman?
Yeah, he got fit. Did he get 6th at Ironman or 5th? 5th.
I got 5th. Yep.
Yeah. So I think he's the clear favorite up top. Again, Nathan Randall, Crystal Lake South kid that has won both the Rockford East tournament and he won the Richmond Burton tournament. He's put some points on the board against some pretty tough kids. Let's see where Ruckman.
As a freshman, he did take second. He beat. I think he might have beat Ruckman first round. Then he beat Hampton in the quarters, and he hit Devin Casey in a neck wrench in the semis, and then lost in the finals to Drew Davis. So
Ruckman's tough, Dalton. I know you just mentioned his name. He's 11-0 on the season right now.
Yeah.
He's kind of like he's down in southern. He's down south a little bit, so might get forgot about here and there. But
Ruckman's good. Yeah. I like him. He's probably my number 3 behind Randall.
Okay.
And
Randall, you said Randall took 3rd place?
He took 2nd as a freshman.
Oh, 2nd. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, he would have. He wrestled 20 all year last year. A little bit of weight issue at the end of the year, kind of. And they told him you're going 26, and he's still qualified. He wrestled 2 tough matches and lost down at 26.
Well, don't forget we got to include Jeremy Huff at 32.
I was going to say Huff's going to 32 by default for now, right?
Yep.
So Huff, you think Huff or Randall? And again, if you got allegiances, you don't have to say. We can take over. You say he's your boy, yeah.
Yeah, but I like Jeremy Huff. I like Jeremy Huff a lot. That's my boy too. He's a good kid.
Got it.
I love Jeremy Huff. I would put Jeremy Huff behind Randall right now. Not that I know that would go that way per se, but you got a kid who's been to the state finals. He does have a win, whether it's 2 years ago or not. He does have a win as a freshman over the number 1 ranked kid in the state at his weight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying Nate Randall does?
Yeah, he beat Devin Casey in the semifinals at 113 as a freshman.
Wow, impressive. All right, so we got Devin Casey, Nathan Randall, Jeremy Huff, Bradley Ruckman.
Mm-hmm.
And now we gotta fill out 5 and 6. I'm looking for results for Pazlet. He was not a state placer last year.
I get that, but
who's the Geneseo kid? Sebastian? That sounds familiar.
Tim Sebastian. I mean, he got beat. I saw the match. Randall Tech faulted him. I know he's a 2-time state qualifier, but and I'm not knocking him, but Jackson Paulzette has beaten Harrison Dio, Nico Prati, and Aiden McClure already this year. His only loss is a 16-4 major to Devin Casey. Okay. Deerfield program has good kids all over it, so they've got. And I'm pretty sure Jackson is at Izzy. He is a tough dude, so he would probably be my 5.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, and then who do we look at putting in the 6th spot? A lot of these guys on one.
Nino Prati.
Neo Prati from St. Rita.
Yep.
He's a 2-time qualifier, coming back at 132 at the same weight.
Yeah, he's got a tech fall over Hoger. He lost 10-4 to Marinopolis. And Pelzet beat him.
What about Verona from Muhammad Seymour? Is this kid at 32 or is he up at 38?
Well, it also shows they have McClure down at that weight for Muhammad.
At 38 or 32?
32.
Okay, I'm just looking at another ranking, and we got guys Ramirez, and I don't know where he's from.
Has Proddy wrestled 20 or 20 or okay, never mind.
All right.
Let's see here.
Man, 32, 38's tough too.
Corey Zader from Junior from Lamont. He's a 2-time qualifier, come back at 132 as well.
Yeah.
He does have a loss to Woods, 10-2. No tournament results yet.
Woods wrestled him even though he's at 32.
That's what
that could be a different Woods.
I think that might be different Woods. I'm not sure which Woods that is though.
Real Woods coming back?
Oh,
that'd be nice. What a match that would be. Well, let's stick with Nino Prati.
Is it? I think his loss is to Chance Woods from Evergreen Park.
Yeah, there it is, right ahead of him. Duh. Yeah, Chance Woods, Evergreen Park. Yep, and he's a 2-time qualifier as well.
Yeah, and Woods. I know it's last year, but Woods beat Verona at state last year, 8-4. And then
I got
go ahead.
Here. Hold on. We're at 132.
Yes.
We haven't talked. Now I think Cam Leaf's at 132.
Did he come down to 38?
I think I'm looking at the results right here for 132. He tech fought Lincoln Holger. I know Lincoln's 1A guy, but Lincoln's.
But did he do it at 32 or was it at 38?
I'm looking at 32. He beat Nino Prati. It shows him having a fall over Nino Prati. Showing him 8-0 on the season with a tech fall over Mason Wood, different Wood. If Cam's at 132, I didn't realize that.
Where do you see this, Loof? Where are you seeing Loof's matches?
Good. I'm on his track. I went to his track profile. I went to Cameron Leaf, and then shows at the top 132.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That really puts a You know the problem with track wrestling? There's people have too many accounts.
So now we're saying Cameron Leaf from Montini down at 32?
I don't think he is.
It looks like I'm with.
I'm gonna text.
I got it right now. He beat Nino Prati at 38, but it's a fall at 0 seconds, Jim.
Like he just won. He just run the
screwing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just won the Rob Porter, right? Down in Muhammad.
Yeah.
He made your decision. 15-6 over Jordan Razoff.
At 138. That was 4 days ago. So
I'm just trying to see how many track wrestling.
I just texted his dad. I think he should get to me relatively quick.
Yeah, if Cam's at 32.
If he's at 32, he's the man, I think.
Well, Prati lost to Paul.
No, okay. No, he's at 38.
Okay. So we'll keep Nino at the 6th spot. I think he's got it. I mean, he got 3rd place at the McLaughlin Classic Varsity Boys Wrestling Tournament. He lost to Jackson Paulzette. Yep. So we keep Paulzette in the 5th spot and Nino Prati at 6th spot. Yeah, I like it. So just to go over it, Devin Casey 1, Nathan Randall 2, Jeremy Huff 3, Bradley Ruckman 4, Jackson Paulzette 5, Nino Prati 6. That sounds good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. You want to get through 130, 138?
How much do you know about 38, Mark?
38 is going to be interesting to me. For me, I'm kind of on your page, Jim. I'm a big Cam Lewis fan. I think the kid is a dog. You're also going to have Peyton Cox.
Yeah.
I mean, how hungry is he going to be? 3-time runner-up. You know.
I mean,
that's
Did you see? Hold. I'll say this. I'm gonna say this.
Second place still motivating.
It is. And this is, listen, I'm a huge Washington fan. I love what they do over there. But he's at what was he? He was at 44 at Barrington. Now I know that he lost to Maxim 7-2. This was at 44. And but in the consolations, he got beat 4-2 by Cooper Quarter. Who's a sophomore, a 1A kid, tough as nails. Quarter just lost to Emmett Nelson last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I love Peyton's dad, Todd. I don't even know. I mean, I'm hearing he's at 38. Does anybody know?
I got you. So
I'll be able to find out more. I think he's at 44.
Yeah, I don't see any results or anything of him at 38, honestly. I see all of his stuff at 44.
But Nelson beat Quarter 7-3. I know that.
And Cam Loof got third in the state last year at 32.
I'm texting. I'm texting Nick Miller right now.
Wait, what about 130? What about, is Donald Cannon a 38 pounder or not?
Yeah, and he's going to be a problem. He's hard to wrestle, and he'll just pin somebody, and you won't even know how it happened. I do like Donald Cannon in this weight class. I think
you still got Bobby Conway. He's a returning state champ.
He's state champ in 23, but he had no credentials last year as far as the state tournament. I'm not saying he's not a. I mean, he's a state champ.
State champ, single A, kids state champ.
No,
he's a senior from Brother Rice.
Cox is going 38, boys.
All right, well then Peyton Cox is a game rooster at 38 without a doubt.
Wait. Please tell me Conway. You're saying Conway.
Bobby Conway, right?
Bob Conway. Yep, Brother Rice.
He's not coming up in my results. What weight did you say?
In 23. He got hurt. He was hurt last year.
Okay. I forgot to pull up my 23 bracket.
I'll be right back, Mark. Don't let him get wild.
I'll keep everybody under control. I got you.
So we got you said Conway is a returning champ, but last year he wasn't around.
I'm pretty sure Bobby Conway got hurt last year.
But was he a qualifier at all?
He was a qualifier in 120. At 120 and 22, he's a state champ at 126.
He was he didn't wrestle the state series. He was out for the year.
Okay.
I don't remember what happened. Bobby Conway definitely missed last year. At some point, was out and for the rest of the year. I don't know exactly what happened. But he has a loss this year to Rummel and to Rincon from Louisiana, 12-7. Down in Louisiana at a tournament it's called the Rummel, apparently.
Got it. Okay. Well, you like him. You like Bob Conway. He's a champ, so he's proven, and he didn't wrestle last year. So I like that. Put Bob Conway at 1. And now let's see. Is Peyton Cox 2 or is it Cam Loof?
I'll be honest with you. I would put Conway's the kid who beat Peyton Cox in the finals 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I would put. I think Cox is winning the match, and then he got DQ'd for stalling. He didn't return to the center right away. It was a place went crazy.
Are you sure?
Wasn't that it?
Different Washington kid though, because I got Cox at 120, 132, 144.
That was
Cox 44 last year?
Well, he didn't place if he did. No, he did. He got second place.
Yeah,
he got second place.
I got Peyton Cox second at 120,
Hold on.
132, 144.
Yeah, he got second place at 144. So is he even going to be at this weight class? Let's look at the Rochelle.
No, hold on. I just got a text from Nick Miller,
Okay.
head coach at Washington. Last Thursday, Peyton Cox certified, made 138.
Wow. There we go.
I think
your answer. Yeah. I would put Cox 1. If I'm wrong on the if it wasn't, I'm trying to think who was that.
I'm gonna try and bring that up, Mark. I'm curious too.
I mean, regardless of what
was the weight? 126.
Yeah, I'm on there too. 126. Individual state finals, inner event, brackets. I just want to go find the results.
He beat Crouch from Triad.
Yeah, it was Colby Crouch, not Peyton. My bad. I apologize to any Washington people on here. If you're listening, do not. I'm sorry.
Now, here's the question.
Bobby Conway, that's a really good weight, dude. Wyatt Medlin took 3rd that year. Razov took 6th.
Can we find out if Dylan White is at 138? Dylan White was a finalist. He lost to Wyatt Medlin last year. I don't know if he's at 144 or 138, but right now I got Peyton Cox 1, Bob Conway 2, Cam Loof 3, Donald Cannon 4. I like that.
I like Donald Cannon, man.
Yeah. So last year, just so people are aware, Cam Loof got 3rd at 132. Donald Cannon got 4th at 132. So both returning state placers. I think Cannon. I think that's going to be again those matches are going to be up in the air. So we'll see when they wrestle.
I'm going to be honest with you. Dylan White wrestled 138 in. I don't see anything yet this year, but the kid made 38 again in freestyle. And usually, when a kid makes 30, the same weight they wrestled their IHSA season 3 months later, I wouldn't be shocked if Dylan White was still at 138.
Yeah. But you have no results or only results at 144.
Dylan White.
I don't know that I like being number 4 on the totem pole here, Dalton.
No.
I got the center spot last time over Buddy. Bumped him out of the middle. Now I'm yeah. Well, no, I don't want Mark ahead of me. There we go.
I don't know. Mark's doing all the talking. He should be center of attention.
Mark's the 2A guy.
Here's the thing. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If I was Dylan White, why would I go 38?
Yeah, I mean, he's
that's kind of what I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
why? I mean, right now, if I look at it, I go, okay, who do I got to beat? 44 is a much. There's less
returning your credentials, really.
I mean, but I will say this: Aiden Arnett, IC Catholic. That kid is tough. He's a freshman. He is tough. He was a match away from placing at the Ironman. He's got a 5-0 loss to one of our boys, Evan Gaz.
Well, let's not get. Yeah, let's.
So I know. So I'm just saying, though, if I'm Dylan White, I don't know why I would go 38 when you got Bobby Conway, Cam Loof. And I'm not saying he's the type of kid. Those Mount Vernon kids are tough. There's no reason to duck competition. But if it's a tough cut and you've been there last year, what's wrong with growing a little?
Well, let's look at the 5 and 6. So Jordan Razov is a name. We've got Jaden. I don't know some of these names.
I got one for you. I would have Jordan Razov 5, and I would put Ronald Baker from Champaign Central 6.
Jaden's the kid that's always travels with Josh West.
Jaden, I got you.
He's good. He went to I'll tell you what. He was at what tournament was that? Grappler Fall.
Hold on.
He was just at an off-season tournament with us. They had preseason nationals. 24-hour miniature golf in the hotel. Don't think I'm not practicing, Dalton. While you're sleeping, I'm training.
I was practicing when Mark called me earlier. I was chipping in the center of the net, Jim. You better practice.
All right, 3 a.m. Central Standard Time.
All right, so listen, Ronald Baker was at 40. He's a 2-time state qualifier. He was at 44 last year.
Mm-hmm.
He went 2-2 at state, but he's a sudden victory takedown away from being in the semis at 44. He's down at 38. He trains with Boogie Burt, Tristan Burt, Braden Burt's older brother. Dude was a really good wrestler who injuries kind of derailed his college career, but probably a better coach. And that's probably one of his main guys. At 38.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at none of these other names that I have looked have returning placers. So
where'd Cam Louis end up? Is he?
He's at 3.
3?
So
Who's that?
We got Peyton Cox, Bob Conway, Cam Loof. You say Louif?
Yeah, Louif. I would put him ahead of Bobby Conway all day.
Bobby Conway won a state title and missed last year with an injury.
I know.
I know. And listen, I love Cam Loof. The kid is tough as nails. Watched that kid wrestle many times. He is a dog. And I'm not saying he can't win that whole weight, but if we're going to pay respect to these guys that have got state titles and state medals,
we can't change it.
Bobby Conway's got a state title and missed last year to injury. I can't hold that. We shouldn't, correct?
No.
No. Yep. You're 100% correct. Yep.
This is to really get these things started. I really want to go off of past credentials and where they're stacking up so far in the season. So I think we got a 6 after, like I said, Peyton Cox, Bob Conway, Cam Louif, Donald Cannon, Jordan Razoff, Ronald Baker. And I think that's our 6. And yeah.
I just want to look at one thing real quick here.
Well, Cam's dad, Dan, could be in GQ magazine.
Yeah,
that information.
You want to throw that in the criteria.
Think about that later on, buddy.
With that shirt, Jim, you can get into GQ magazine.
This is 2A. What am I going to do? Not dress up. Wait until 3A. I get a tux.
I tried to show my love for last year's 2A wrestler of the year, who's now wrestling for Wisconsin, Matty Jen. So I rocked the Wisconsin gear for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
nice.
Go Badgers. Yep.
Go Badgers.
Roll badge.
Well, you know what? Let's stop with the rankings. We'll cut it off there. We'll get back another day to get the rest. Before
we shut her down, are we revisiting 1A 106 or not?
We're gonna shut her down because we're gonna revisit 1A when 1A. Yeah. We're gonna talk all the stuff. We'll get to see some of the 1A results from the Dvorak this weekend. We're gonna get to probably, depending on when we get through the rest of the rankings, we might get to 1A after Abe's Rumble.
It's right after that too, so that's gonna be
yeah. So I'd like to have a
week after, but yeah.
Yeah, we can revisit that when we get through the next couples. So, anything else on top of mind with you guys? Otherwise, I will cut it off there.
I just want to thank Mark for his knowledge, man. He knows it.
Yeah, welcome, Mark. Thanks to you to
boys.
jump on and give us some helpful information.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. I really do. I'm glad I could share some of my 2A knowledge with you, folks from out west.
Northern Illinois.
Western Northern Illinois.